big story on the front page of the Herald Sun tomorrow is extraordinary. And honestly, this ex-policeman who's come out and said red tape got in the way, I think this is just, wow, what a story tomorrow for you. And the Herald Sun, the headline there, how the Bourke Street killer evaded police, 3 missed chances. Now, Victoria Police had 3 opportunities to stop fugitive James Gargasoulis in the early hours of the day that he launched his deadly Bourke Street rampage. This is an officer who was on the ground. He was Sergeant Frank Caridi, and he was one of the first responders to Gargasoulis' frenzied stabbing attack on brother Angelo 9 hours before the delusional ICE user mowed down pedestrians in the CBD, injuring 27, killing 6. Now, here's the key part of this story. The now retired officer says he wants to expose the red tape he faced on the morning of January 20, 2017, as he tried to convince the critical incident response team to respond to repeated requests to arrest Gargasoulis, but he says the force is denying him legal funding unless he uses one of its preferred law firms to prepare him for next month's inquest. Well, Mike, what do you make of this?
This has been simmering along for a while, and for quite that same while, it has looked very much as if the fix is in, that the last thing the Victorian Police want is a full and open review of exactly what occurred, and this story would add a great deal of strength to that. I mean, it's, I suppose, beyond obvious for me to say, it's just appalling that this has occurred the way this ex-officer has said, but really we do need to see the lid lifted, surely, for the sake of everybody.
Look, Kel, the bit that really bothers me is the force is denying him legal funding unless he uses one of its preferred law firms. That is the huge issue here. And just before I get your response to that, he also says those deaths could have been prevented. There were 3 instances where Gargasoulis could have been stopped. Now, I want to hear what this man has to say, and I want him to be able to choose lawyers who he thinks he's comfortable with. I'll couch it like that.
It's the problem of whistleblowers. He's facing exactly what whistleblowers always face. There will be an attempt to silence him. So it would be really good. You know what? This is what GoFundMe is for. He needs a GoFundMe page so he can get his own lawyers, so he can tell his own story, because that needs to be heard. What I didn't know until I looked at this story in the Herald Sun, which is coming out tomorrow, is that Gargasoulis, before he launched that attack on the streets, had actually had a stabbing attack on his own brother Angelo. That's what Sergeant Caridi's went to. So that was the first alert to this man behaving really weirdly and behaving dangerously. That's what he tried to alert his senior officers to. And he said we had that opportunity, which was at a domestic situation. Then there was another opportunity to grab Gargasoulis at a McDonald's, I think it was, and then another opportunity when he was visiting a friend at a hotel. These opportunities could have been seized. He needs to explain that in a court so all the details are published. But he is a whistleblower, and people try to keep whistleblowers quiet, and they will work hard at doing it again.